that someone coming there?
I see it.
Are they coming towards
Oh,
us?
shit, bro.
Who is she?
That's... Oh, my God.
Do you know them?
What the fuck? That's Rabia. That's my best friend, bro.
She's your best friend?
Yeah.
Ew.
What's going on?
Hey.
Hey.
Why are you here?
It's obviously me.
So you are Jasmine.
Yeah.
That's messed up, man. That's messed up.
That's not a true friend.
Yeah, that is not cool. Can you imagine if it was the other way around? I am willing to bet she's gonna turn into the victim here. I guarantee you, she's gonna play this up and she's gonna be the victim. She's not gonna take into account that she fooled this guy into believing that he was talking to somebody that he wasn't. She's gonna act like this is your fault for not liking me, so I had to be this person. I guarantee you. Maybe I'm wrong.
What would you do if someone did that to you?
I'd be
one of your friends.
I'd be fucking pissed. I'd be fucking pissed. Don't ever do that shit.
Embarrassing, innit?
It's a massive time waster. Imagine you're speaking to this person that you're really into and it turns out to be somebody you've known for years who didn't have the balls to just say to you, hey, I like you. I'm assuming that's what's happened here. Why else would she be doing it?
And you've been texting me for 4 months.
Yeah.
So, I'm Uber, this is Nella.
Hi.
We've been helping Joffrey out. So how long ago did you guys meet, sorry?
A year ago.
Did you live in London?
Yeah.
How often do you guys talk?
Took a lot.
I was hanging out with you last week. I was telling her about Jasmine, and she was like hyping it up, like, yeah, I think she could be good for you. You fully led me to believe a fake persona.
Yeah.
The thing is that I don't know what she thought was going to happen. I actually don't know where she thought it was going to go and how it was going to end up. Do you know what I mean? Like, to be sitting there bigging it up, it's like she thought he was going to fall in love with this person and then she goes, it's me, and he's going to be in love with her because he fell in love with the personality. But
We ain't wired that way. You can't do that to someone. That is manipulation of the
Yeah.
highest order. I'm assuming, right, I'm just going to assume here, that the girl you were pretending to be was very good looking. Maybe in line with something that he's more into. Maybe you were too insecure to ask him to be your boyfriend because maybe you thought aesthetically you couldn't please him despite having a personality he might like. That doesn't give you the right, or at least it shouldn't push you to manipulate somebody and say, see, you like who I am, just not how I look. I'm assuming that's where it's going.
who speaks for 4 months without even having a phone call or a FaceTime or anything?
Oh, people do that.
You know what? If I was to ever talk to someone online, instantly I'll think that they're a catfish until they prove to me that they're not.
Yeah, you got to be careful with speaking to people online. A lot of the time they are catfishes. Even when it's them, they don't really look like what they look like in their pictures. A lot of people don't, but some people to like a major extent, you're like, who are you? I've been catfished before. When I was on Tinder when I was much younger, maybe this must have been like 10 years ago, maybe 8 years ago, something like that. I don't want to speak down on this person in case they ever see it. I don't. The worst thing is I don't even remember their face. I can't even remember what they look like now. But I remember I spoke to her for a while, and I should have known, but I was more inexperienced back then, and all of her pictures were angled like this, so I couldn't get the double chin. So I didn't know what I was getting myself into. So I went to the train station waiting for this person to show up, and this person showed up, but they looked so drastically different that genuinely I didn't know that it was them. So they're knocking on my car window and I'm saying, can I help you? I'm waiting for someone. And she says her name and I'm like, no.
That's so awkward.
Now, when I was younger, I would say I was less of a, if that happened to me now, I wouldn't do what I did then, but I just drove off. I was just like, no, you're not getting in my car. There's no way. You can't do that to people. Maybe some people might see that as me being the villain in that situation for just driving off after she'd taken the train down, but you tricked me into believing that you're someone you weren't. So much so that I didn't even recognize you, not even remotely recognize you. You can't do that to people. That's messed up. I understand, you know, like all of us take pictures in our best light, all of us. But if it's a drastic change, like let's say, for example, let's say that I meet you on Tinder, right? Mm-hmm. We're talking away. And when you meet me, I'm actually bald. You would be like,
it's not what I signed up for.
I was under the impression that you had locks. Like this is exactly right. I didn't sign up for this. I don't owe you my time because you lied about how you look. Looks are important, especially on a first impression basis. That's what catches people's eyes.
Yeah, that's all people are solely looking at to start off with, before they even click like. Yeah,
especially on dating apps. You don't swipe because you're like, oh, she looks like she has a nice personality.
Yeah.
You swipe because you like what you see.
Just let me explain. When we first met a year ago, it felt like we had a connection. I felt like he was my twin flame. Like whenever you needed somebody to talk to, whenever you needed that comfort, whenever you needed that the help, I was always there. And you didn't see me for that.
Didn't I tell you she's going to become the victim?
He is disgusting.
He is. He should be. Can you imagine if a guy did this to a girl? All the yes queens would be in the comment section like, set this guy on fire, blah, blah, this. You can't get away with this, ladies.
Yes, all the yes queens.
That's what I call them now, all the yes queens.
I kind of looked through your friends list and I saw the type of girls you seem to be in the mix with. So I already knew I wasn't physically your type. You wanted to go for those type of girls, but you weren't looking at me.
That's not his problem, though. First of all, this girl's not ugly. She's not an ugly girl. She's just a bit overweight. So if he's looking at girls, I'm assuming, who are in shape, and you really like this guy, and you've been talking to him for 4 months.
No, but they might be completely different looking aesthetically.
The thing is, is that like this one thing that I say about women, they make this mistake all the time. They see you following these Instagram models online. They think, oh, that's what he likes. That's all he likes. But it's really not.
No, but if she's friends with him and he's expressed what he's into, or she's seen what he looks at when they're out, then she'll know. But look, all she should have done is told him how she felt. And if he rejected it, take the L and keep it moving. Don't beat around the bush and do all of this. And then, you know what I'm saying? If
you felt like he was going for a certain type of girl and you thought maybe because of the way you look. Now, again, she's not ugly. She's not an unattractive woman. She's just a bit on the bigger side. So if you're talking to someone for 4 months and you're worried about your appearance, wouldn't you use those 4 months to put as much effort into losing the weight as you did wasting their time?
Yeah, but she could lose the weight and he still might not want her.
Maybe, but you make a bit of an effort. Don't just be like, well, you liked my personality, so.
But that's what I'm saying. Well, forget about all of that. Stop wasting all this time and just tell him.
Yeah, I'm trying to extend an olive branch here for this psychotic behavior. But really, when it comes down to it, you catfished him.
Did you ever tell him that you liked him?
No. I didn't verbally express it, but my actions, I thought, made it obvious.
No.
When we met and we hung out, how we were vibing and how we were going, I felt it was a romantic connection. And that's what hurt me when you then decided to say, no, let's be friends, because I thought it was a mutual thing.
The fact that you never shared your emotions, and it felt like you positioned yourself in that place. And I appreciated having like a female best friend that can give me a perspective.
So 4 months ago, what was it that kind of made you decide to make the Jasmine profile?
It was the time he was telling me about another girl.
Why? Was it like out of jealousy?
No, it was to prove a point. Jasmine, her looks was the only difference. Her personality was me. And it does hurt me to my core that you caught feelings for somebody who had the exact same personality as me. But you didn't want to take the time to look this way. You friend-zoned me.
No. You have to
That's
be attracted to
interesting.
what you are looking at.
No, yeah, but that's her point is I like you, but I know I'm not your type physically. But other
Yeah.
than that, you
But that's it.
like me. You like me. Like she's saying, we were exactly the same. The only thing that was different was our looks. And this is why she didn't want to express it to him in the first place, because she didn't look like his
So,
type.
this
But
is
he
ex-
likes her as a person.
This is exactly what we spoke about in the Black Pill video. If they're not physically attractive
Yeah.
enough, they become a friend. If they
Yeah.
are physically attractive enough, you take it further because you want to wake up to something that gets your nipples hard, right?
So that's her issue then.
Yeah, that is her issue. It's not interesting and it's not complicated.
No, but
He
it's
doesn't like
interesting
looking
the
at you.
concept though, because I didn't think of it like that.
Think of it like what?
Think of the fact that he's still in love with her personality because it's all exactly the same. The only thing he's not in love with is the face.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, guys. Like I don't know. People like to deny this, but you want to walk into the kitchen, you know, when your girl is there, or you want to walk into the bedroom or the bathroom and look her up and down and be like, damn.
Yeah.
You know, not only am I attracted to them mentally, but I want to be all up in that. Because the thing is, when you're friends with somebody on any level, there's a certain level of attraction to the personality because you're friends with them. You know, like you find something endearing about their personality. You know, there's something about them that makes you want to hang around them or do whatever. But it doesn't go beyond that. It's an appreciation of the personality. But you have to like what you're looking at. And we know that men are very visual creatures. I know women are the same, but men are very, very visual. And they're very easily stimulated by something that they enjoy looking at. And it's not, when she's saying, you know, it's just this thing here. It's not just this thing here. It's a big deal. You have to want to wake up to next to this person. You have to look at them and think, wow, that's my girl. That's my guy. It can't just be, I can look however I want. The only difference is that person over there's got a slim waist. No. And it could be the other way around. This fake persona could not be what he likes aesthetically, and you could be what he likes aesthetically and have the personality. It's not about specifically how you look. It's about what his type is. But those two things need to match. I don't believe these people that say, I only go for personality. Cap.
Mm-hmm.
That's cap. I don't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's pansexual. Something like that. I don't know. Pansexual, I don't know. They've got all these names for them now.
Pansexual, is that not someone who goes out with multiple people at once? No.
No, that's polyamorous.
Pansexual is somebody who likes...
I'm pretty sure pansexual is the personality one. Oh, sexually or romantically attracted to people regardless of their sex or gender. So, bisexual.
Bisexual.
So,
I
okay,
thought it
never
was
mind.
that, but yeah.
It doesn't matter. I don't believe people that say that they only go out with someone for their personality. That's what friends are for. You meet someone that you think, oh, you know, they're great. That's what your friend is.
Mm-hmm.
You meet someone that's great and you're physically attracted to them, that's who your partner is. And obviously it goes beyond that. It goes way beyond what a friend would have. You have a much deeper connection with them, but you have to enjoy what you're looking at.
You friend-zoned me.
Take your time.
I grew in love with you. But I just felt like he was not seeing me because of how I looked.
She just told you she was
Yeah,
in
but-
love with you.
See what I mean? Now it's on him. She just told you yeah, but she manipulated you. If a guy did this, they'd call him an incel. Oh, you know, like everything that you like in that Giga Chad over there, I'm him. It's just I don't have a chiseled jawline and I'm not 6 foot. The
is
comment
sad,
sections
though.
would be ripping him, and that guy and girl certainly wouldn't be standing there looking over like he should just run. He should just run. I mean, it makes it a bit more difficult because it's literally his best friend. But this poor guy, bro. Now he's the bad guy here. She told you she loves you. Now you're the bad guy, bro. Now you got to sort it out. Now you got to say to, oh, yeah, maybe we can go on a date or whatever.
No, it's not that. She's just trying to say, what do you have to say back to that?
Say you manipulated me, sucker.
Like, that's too much.
Babe, are you okay? I'm so sorry.
Like that just because of the way I look.
Yeah.
Ugly.
You're not ugly, babe. That's the thing, you're beautiful, like.
Did you guys ever hook up or anything like that?
No,
Never?
no.
I think it's pretty clear. She
Yeah, obviously now, but
she likes you. She loves you. She likes you on that level.
now that she's admitting to the feelings, I'm like, but you never told me.
Yeah, on top of like catfishing him, she didn't actually even give him a chance. She made the assumption herself, looking at other girls' profiles, and thought, I'm not what he likes. And I've said this 100 times to 100 different people. Don't go through a guy's follow list and think that's what he's attracted to exclusively. I'll tell you what, guys will be attracted to. Yeah, you've got to look good, but you don't have to fit a certain type. You just got to be a good person and give him peace. If you're even mildly attractive and you do right by him, it doesn't matter if you're Iraqi, English, Portuguese, Japanese, he'll probably stick around. Don't go through a guy's friend list and see that he's following some blonde girl in Arizona or some like black chick that like looks like Cardi B or whatever. Like, those are just people on Instagram. It's not real life. It doesn't work like that.
Those are very specific examples.
I'm just trying to pull random stuff from my... You just insert any beautiful looking woman on Instagram, any random Brazilian woman, any random Japanese woman, any random Asian, like Indian or whatever. Like,
What about any random Turkish?
you know, maybe you're going through his friends list and you see him following Sabi and you think, oh, that's what he's into. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's just following Sabi.
Maybe.
Can we get an umbrella? But we should carry on.
Jeffy, what's going on in your head right now?
Truth be told, like, I'm annoyed at this whole thing. It's quite deep because I do have these feelings for Jasmine, which obviously Jasmine is you. That was not real. Well, I definitely feel like the trust has been bruised when it comes to this.
Could there have ever been anything between you guys?
Obviously, we built a connection, and I felt like how we were there for each other, it was quite deep, for sure. Like, if you would have expressed how you felt, I would have seen it in a different way.
You took that time to be my friend, and it became a safe space, and it became more. Me letting you know how I felt, there was a potential of that damaging our friendship.
You just assumed I wouldn't have these feelings for you, right? Because you never asked me.
Truthfully, and do feel like my appearance does play a part.
Welcome to every guy's reality.
Yeah, but also, as well, I don't personally believe that you can be friends with somebody that you're in love with. So she didn't want to ruin the friendship, but you're only going to be sitting there living a life of misery because you're so close with somebody who you know you can't be with, and you're going to have to constantly listen to him talking about other women. So you're better off just cutting the friendship off if you can't be together anyway.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100.
Otherwise, you're giving yourself a life of pain.
Yeah, 100% agree with you. You can't be friends with somebody that you're in love with. It doesn't work. You are gonna just be in pain constantly.
You're setting yourself up.
That is disaster. That's a disaster waiting to happen. I know, as I get like walking away from somebody that you love is painful when they reject you. It's 100%, and it's not going to be something easy. But clinging, and this is easier said than done. Obviously, human beings have a tendency to cling on when they really want something or when they love someone, and it takes a long time for them to to stop, because when you, I think when you love someone, you think that there's always a chance or there's always a hope. There's always hope there. And I think that it takes a long time. It takes a long, long time. I'm speaking from experience. It takes a long time to like detach from somebody if you've been in love with them and they've rejected you. It's not easy. So I understand that she's upset about it. My problem is that she tricked him, and now she's trying to sort of play the victim.
Yeah, she's not seeing a problem in her actions.
Yeah, he's the one that's been victimized here. He's the one that's had his time wasted, and now he's got to sort of coddle you because you didn't handle this in the best way. This wasn't like a breakup or anything. You tricked him. You tricked him into believing you're Jasmine when you're not. You can't do those things to people. You just can't. I can only imagine the outrage if this was on the other foot and he tricked her. She's talking about the friend zone, but this is almost every guy's reality when they're coming up. They meet a girl, they really like her, and they get friend zoned. And some of them don't handle it in the best way either, and we scrutinize them for it. So I'm not gonna go.
It does happen to a lot of girls as well, though, Michael.
Does it?
Yes.
A lot of girls.
Yes.
Girls get friend zoned. I'm not saying that, but in comparison to men,
It's not as much as probably in comparison to men, but it's still, you're making out like it's only men that it happens to.
No, I'm not making out like it's only men. I'm saying that this is a reality for almost all men. That they get friend zoned.
No, not almost all men.
Yeah, but I don't know any guy. I actually don't know a single guy that hasn't been friend zoned, myself included. I don't know a single guy that hasn't been friend zoned before. Not one. I'm not saying there's not women out there that don't get friend zoned. Of course there are. Of course. But I'm just saying that, like, I'm not going to go easy on her because this is just something that men have to deal with. And on top of that, you lied and you wasted the man's time. So that's even worse.
Because Jasmine looks the way she looks. So personality was still me.
He's saying to you now, look, if you're doing open and honest with me, then there could have been something between us, and you're saying, I don't believe you, you're lying, it's actually to do with my appearance. Like, it doesn't sound good. Like, you're not trusting what he's actually
You're
saying.
not giving me a chance. You're just judging me, or I guess assuming everything from the past.
What matters is now that we're actually here, what you actually want to do. Me and Nella, we leave at the end of today, but you guys are best mates.
And I don't know how you feel about me. It's a lot of information right now, which I gotta get my head around it. But I guess talk about it and see how things can fly in the near future or whatever. But yeah, we're gonna have to, like, I guess, rebuild that trust first, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm really sorry. My intention wasn't to hurt you at all.
Come.
He's saying that for the cameras. As soon as the cameras turn off, he's out of there. He's out of there. You're not building the trust after that.
Yeah.
You took him for a prick. Took my man for a prick. And I just hate the way this is being painted up like she's the victim here. She's not the victim here. What she did was pretty dastardly. Like, I don't, like, the only way they're doing the whole emotional music and just like, nah, man, come on. Let's be fair. If this was the other way around, this would look pretty bad. And rightfully so, it would be bad. Is that Jasmine? Yeah, well. What did you expect? Awesome personality and looks like that. Of course he was going to go for it. Of course. I don't like the way she tried to
Let me
manipulate
see.
him. Look. You can't see her too clearly in our screen grabs, but clear enough to see why he would be paying her attention and not you. And I don't mean that in a horrible way, but it's just the looks. You know, it's just the looks. And he's got to stand there and like try to... It's almost like he was questioning himself, like, am I wrong here? Bro, you're not wrong. You're not wrong for liking what you like. We can't just go out of everyone. There could be 10 women that all have the same personality. You're going to go to the one that you're physically pleased by the most.
Yeah.
That doesn't have to be the one that everyone is physically pleased by the most. You might like a certain type of girl that most people don't like. That's perfectly fine as well. You might like her, over Jasmine. But it's what you like. No one can manipulate you into that, ever. They can't tell you who to date, what kind of size of woman to date, what kind of race to date, what kind of gender identity to date. You can date whoever you want to date, and they can all have the same personalities. That is your preference. That's your choice. Joffrey, you need to get the hell out of there. Get out of there while you still can. If that's the level of trickery that she pulled before the first date, because there's things that we all do, right? All of us have done things that we're not proud of, but that seems a bit too far.
Listen, love can make you do some crazy things.
No. Ladies, you are not exempt. You do this stuff, you're held to the same standard as men. If a man was doing this stuff, I would have the exact same reaction. It's predatory. It's extremely predatory, and it's manipulative, and it's just not a good look. He's never going to fully trust you, unfortunately. There's things that you can bounce back from, definitely, but I don't know if that's one of them. So, I don't know. I'll try and find a follow-up video when they see what happened with Joffrey and
See if they ended up being together or not.
fake Jasmine. He'll probably get with her and give her a chance and just be
Do
like...
you think?
Yeah, I think. He seemed like the kind of guy that could be swayed into doing that. He looked genuinely bad, like he felt like he had done something wrong. I feel like she successfully manipulated him. Or the cameras were rolling, and when the cameras go off, Joffrey, the real Joffrey's going to come out. I don't know if you know Joffrey from Game of Thrones, but that level of villainy is going to come out, and she's going to regret it. So we'll see what happens. I'll try to find a follow-up on it, but not a good look, lady. Not a good look.